These five guys are famous on TikTok not for dancing, but for doing this. What's their story?
Hey, Steady, we are garbage warriors.
These guys have nothing to do with the environment. They were just business students. But one day their house flooded because so much trash clogged the river and made it overflow. This was their wake-up call. So they went to work. 5 days a week, they cleaned oceans and rivers after rivers. They took them from this to this. In total, they cleaned more than 80 tons of trash. No one paid them for it.
Sungai itu terdapat banyak sekali kotoran dan berbagai macam sampah. Tapi prinsip awal kita tuh mending kena bau daripada kena banyak.
All of a sudden, their videos went viral and inspired tens of millions of people to clean trash as well. We need 1 million more people like them. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow! This guy stands in the middle of traffic in Mumbai every Sunday morning. Why?
Hi, Delhi. I am a Dadarao.
8 years ago, Dadarao's son was riding his bike when he hit a pothole in the road and got into a terrible accident. He did not break his arm. He lost his life. The next day, the government filled that pothole. But the Dadarao wanted to make sure that nobody dies from a pothole ever again. So he started to fill them himself. He filled pothole after pothole until he filled more than 1,500 of them. And guys, nobody pays him for this.
मैं जब भी एक गड्ढा भरता हूँ, उससे किसी ना किसी की जान बच जाती है.
This father lost his son, and now he is determined to save the lives of many other sons.
That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
This woman has flown 1 million miles on an airplane. She can fly business class upgrades for free until the day she dies.
Hi Nas Daily, I'm Lais.
At age 14, Lays was in a plane crash. She was so traumatized that for years, she took sleeping pills whenever she had to fly. Until this happened.
One day, I forgot to take my sleeping pill, and that was the day I fell in love.
She fell in love with flying, so much that on Valentine's Day, she took a flight from Dubai to New York and back again without leaving the airport, just so she could spend Valentine's with the love of her life, the airplane.
At the airports, I never have to queue. I get treated like a VIP customer as well.
Lays went from having a fear of flying to having 1 million miles. Sometimes your biggest fears becomes the things you love the most.
That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
In Kenya, I found the Condom King.
Hi, Nas Daily. I'm Stanley Ngara.
23 years ago, Stanley's best friend died of HIV. That's when he realized that nobody knows what HIV was. Because here, talking about sex is taboo. And if people didn't know about HIV, then they will keep dying from it. So he decided to break the taboo. Stanley dressed up like a literal king, stopped people on the streets and gave them condoms and explained to them how they work and why they should be used. Every month, he gives out thousands of condoms with a big smile on his face. Stanley looks funny, but he has one serious dream: to see an HIV-free generation. Unprotected sex is deadly. That's why we all need a condom king in our lives. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. This man shouldn't be alive. When he was 3 years old, his mother died in an earthquake. When he was 35, he got stuck in the middle of the ocean for 77 days, almost dying. When he was 36, he was sent to jail for having too much debt. And when he got out of jail, he got depressed and became an alcoholic for 12 years. But then one day at age 52, he taught himself how to read train. He started jogging. He started eating healthy. He became so strong that he ran a marathon at age 68. And he's cleaning the planet. He picked up over 1 million cigarette butts from his island and made sculptures out of them. It is never too late to turn your life around and inspire the world. This man did it at age 52, but maybe you can start right now. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
I just discovered something crazy. If you go on Wikipedia, you can hardly find 5 stories about women. That's why this woman decided to do something about it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jess Wade, and I'm on a mission to improve Wikipedia.
Dr. Jess Wade had the same problem like me. She was looking for the stories of other women scientists and couldn't find any. Even on Wikipedia, the place where anyone can write an article about anything. So she decided to fill the gap by writing these stories herself. She published 1 article every day, and in total she wrote over 1,700 articles. Thanks to her, young women like me can now learn about the woman who helped science discover how DNA is built. Before Dr. Jess, these women were not on Wikipedia, but now they are. And thanks to her, more young women can learn about their amazing stories and be inspired to change the world. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
In India, there is a painter who paints not with a brush, but with a typewriter.
I'm Gurumurthy. I make art on typewriter.
Gurumurthy used to be a banker and art was his hobby. His paintings were nice but unsuccessful until he had a crazy idea.
Why don't I use typewriter for making artwork?
But it was a lot harder than he thought because typewriters have no erase buttons. A little mistake means you must start over. But he continued and he created hundreds of artworks only with a typewriter that people loved. Because of this, he retired from banking and now he is a full-time artist with a typewriter. Gurumurthy is an example. If you want to stand out from the crowd, you gotta do things differently. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. This man is 85 years old and he looks like this.
مرحبا ناس ديلي أنا أبو خضر ملك البحر.
Every single day, Abu Khudr swims in the Mediterranean Sea for 2 hours no matter what. During summer, during winter, during tragedies, during holidays.
ما بعطش ولا يوم دنيا عاصفة ودنيا برد أنا بالمي.
But why? Abu Khudr lives in Beirut, Lebanon. He worked in shipping for 30 years until he retired and got bored. Nowhere to be, no one to see, nothing to do. This made him sad and lonely until he touched the sea.
دهب دهب دهب.
The sea made him come to life. It made him happy, fit, busy, and it made him famous. Everyone in Beirut noticed him and started calling him King of the Sea because he brought so much positivity to the people around him. It took him 40 years to find happiness, and he found it right here in the waters of the Mediterranean Sea by the beaches of Lebanon.
That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. Kiss me.